Hey everyone, so I'm back with another review, so tell me, do you like Predator, Terminator, Alien, Karate Kid, Rocky, Miami Connection, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Robocop, Die Hard, Transformers, Mortal Kombat, Top Gun, Duke Nukem, and weird sex scenes?
I want to be blinded with your cyber love.
Alright, never mind that one. I'm talking about Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon. If you like all the things I mentioned previously, except for the weird sex scenes, you're gonna love this game. Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon is a first-person shooter video game and a standalone expansion of Far Cry 3, meaning players do not need the original copy of Far Cry 3 to gain access to Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon. The game was developed by Ubisoft Montreal and published by Ubisoft, and it's basically a satire of the 80s action films. Ubisoft describes the game as an 80s VHS vision of the Omega Force, a cyborg army future, where the player must get the girl, kill the bad guys and save the world. Does this sound familiar? So where is it set? Blood Dragon takes place in a dystopian 2007 on a retro-futuristic open-world island crawling with evil, with players assuming the action role of eye-patched cyborg protagonist Sargent Rex Colt. So what happens? What's the story? The setting, as I said previously, is an alternative 2007, where the apocalypse has had an apocalypse, and the cyborg army called the Omega Force is trying to take over the world, or what's left of it, by trying to find a bioweapon that is hidden on a distant island. The fate of the world is in the hands of Sargent Rex Colt, who is a cyborg that came from the toxic ashes of Vietnam War II.
Let's show them how Cyber Commandos get it done. Mark IV style, motherfucker!
And then there's Spider, the Sub-Zero from Mortal Kombat look-alike, which is also a Cyber Commando. The majority of his past is unknown, but he mentions he served in South America. Rex also mentions that Lieutenant Spider has a wife and a kid waiting for him, but nothing else is mentioned about them. And of course we have the bad guy, the ugly bad guy called Sloan, the former commander of both Rex and Spider, and he has now been suspended and gone rogue. And of course we have the hot chick, Dr. Darling. She's held against her will by Colonel Ike Sloan, but covertly helps Sergeant Rex Colt, giving him secret information and tips. Oh, and she also loves video games.
Frankly, anyone who thinks games are bad for you is a fucking idiot.
The game looks incredibly good. I mean, let's not forget that it still uses the same engine as Far Cry 3, but the art direction is completely different. First of all, this is a satire to the 80s, so you're gonna see lots of colors there, really intense colors, and secondly, the apocalypse has had an apocalypse, so you're not gonna be seeing the sun anytime soon. Also, the feeling of the game is a mix between Terminator 2, Robocop and Aliens. So the atmosphere that's going around the game is really compelling, and I think that everything fits perfectly. Blood Dragon is all about the 80s, so what weapons does Sergeant Rex Colt have at his disposal? Well, you have the handgun from Robocop, you have the sniper rifle that is used by the bad guys at Robocop, you have the assault rifle that is used by the Terminators in Terminator 2 when they show that portion of the future where everything is destroyed, and then you have the flamethrower from Aliens, the Predator 1 and Terminator 2 minigun, and the shotgun from Terminator 2 as well. Using the same engine and general mechanics of the original Far Cry 3, Blood Dragon is streamlined in order to provide a more linear experience. The skill tree, instead of a chosen path down 3 ways of the animal, is replaced with a simpler leveling up system that automatically unlocks benefits. The crafting is removed completely. Blood Dragon's gameplay is open world, first-person shooter with the same vehicles from Far Cry 3. The player will find themselves using high-powered explosives, heavily modified firearms, and a large knife in order to kill their way through the main missions. Side missions involve liberating garrisons, similar to what happened in the original Far Cry 3, killing rare animals and saving nerds. So even though stealth is rewarded by earning extra cyber points, come on, it's the 80s, you just blow stuff up all the time. The game also includes hidden collectibles which, when found, unlock helpful rewards to assist you with play. Speaking about gameplay, there's this one special creature in the island that can really change things around. They're called blood dragons, and they are really hostile and nasty creatures. They can only be summoned if the player deactivates the energy fields within an enemy garrison, or if he throws a cybernetic heart, which will make the blood dragon investigate and possibly kill virtually everything in its line of sight. The blood dragon can be controlled by the Omega Force, With the fitting of a brain cage, the dragon will not attack Omega Force troops and won't be affected by cyber hearts. You can always remove the brain cage if you shoot the orange circle at the top of its skull. This will return the Blood Dragon to its normal behavior and will now attack Omega Force troops and vehicles. The Blood Dragon can indicate his mood visually with its neon-colored skin, which will change based on the scenario that is taking place in the game. If they turn green, everything is okay, they're not focusing on anyone. Yellow, they are alert and slightly agitated. Red, you better run, because they're gonna destroy everything in their path. Now, I'm a big fan of the 80s myself, so I shouldn't be really telling you this, but this game is awesome. It's epic. Go and get it. I mean, I haven't had so much fun playing a video game for a long time, because this game is about 100% mindless fun. Sure, it's about the 80s. Sure, there's a lot of swearing, a lot of explosions, a lot of exaggerated stuff all around, but hey, they're not trying to be good and are bad at it. You know, they're trying to be bad and they are good doing that. Get the difference? So I really think that this was a successful and bold move from Ubisoft, and I just hope that we see another game like this in the near future, because I totally had a blast playing this, and if you're not playing this game, you're definitely missing out. Even the soundtrack is awesome. It's exactly what you need to hear while you're playing this type of game. So the characters, the graphics, the art design, the level design, the weapons, the gameplay, the setting, the scripting, the voice acting, everything is so 80s and it's so well crafted that it's just mind-blowing. Even our main character is voiced by Michael Biehn, the star of the 80s, you know, Kyle Reese from Terminator 1 and Hicks Dwayne from Aliens. So what are you waiting for? This game is pure genius. It's epic in literally and virtually every single thing that it does, and it's definitely a must-buy.
What the hell is this?
I am the Battle Armor Dragon Assault Strike System. Your kill star controls my brain cage, instructing me that you are my rider.
So again, have fun hunting blood dragons and remembering all that craziness from the 80s, and thanks for watching. Cheers!
Rex, I never thought a cyber commando could be so gentle.